What is up, my fellow Eagles fans? Fly, Eagles, fly, as the Birds are back above 500 after a 20-16 victory over the Cleveland Browns, and again, a little close for comfort type victory than we would have liked. Still doesn't really spark our enthusiasm that they struggled with the worst team in the freaking AFC North, a team that you could argue is way more dysfunctional than them. But what are we going to do? I guess this is just Nick Sirianni type Philadelphia Eagle football, you know? Every game's going to be interesting in its own way, and probably not for the right reasons. The silver lining of all is that the Eagles still found a way to win. They're a resilient bunch, gotta give them that, except when they're playing the fucking Bucks. But A.J. Brown was back doing A.J. Brown things. Devontae Smith was back doing Devontae Smith type things, and having Lane Johnson back in the huddle definitely made a huge difference. Jalen Hurts kind of had a subpar performance. The sad thing is that him and Deshaun Watson had about the same type of stats. Only difference is Hurts took better care of the football, no turnovers, and had 2 good touchdown passes, and the pass to A.J. Brown that sealed the game. I was at work, so obviously I missed most of the game live time. But after I clocked out, was sitting in the break room, decided to tune in for the final 2 minutes to see what happens. I saw they were only leading by 4. I was reading texts and posts throughout the day about the Eagles are doing Eagle things again. I'm like, ugh. Because I saw they jumped out to an early 10-0 lead on a score app. And next thing I know, they're just hanging on for dear life. And so I tuned in and saw the play that Hurts made to A.J. Brown, right in the breadbasket. Just beautiful play, beautiful pass by Hurts, great catch by Brown. It sealed the deal. And, of course, I read everybody's comments about, oh, God, this team is still dysfunctional. Fire Nick Sirianni and all that kind of mumbo-jumbo. But we'll get more into that. Right now, I got the highlights brought up here, so I'm going to go ahead and watch the highlights here and just see how everything played out. Granted, yeah, these highlight packages aren't going to show you everything, especially about what people were griping about, but, let's just see what we got here. Browns and Eagles week 6. And we start with the Birds on a 2nd and 10. Hurts takes off and runs. Short of a first down, but not a bad run by Hurts. Here's the 4th and 1, and here comes the brotherly shove, and Hurts is over the line for a first down, Eagles. Brotherly shove works every time. Here's the 3rd and 6, and Hurts drops back, launches a catapult pass, and it looked like it was caught by Smith, and it looked like the Browns defender took it away. There was a flag on the play. I really would have liked the highlight reel to kind of go a little further and explain, was it picked off? Was it incomplete? What was the flag? I mean, I tell you, these highlight packages by whoever does them, whether it's the NFL themselves or it's a collaboration with the networks who broadcast the games, y'all need to put a little more emphasis on certain highlights. Like, when it looks like Hurts is intercepted, but at the same time, it looked like the ball was broken up and incomplete, and there's a flag on the play. Could you elaborate a little more so we have some clarity? Yes, we understand what happened. We know what the final end result is, but, come on. If you're gonna do the highlights, you gotta make it like a story. You know what I mean? All right, so here we got a 3rd and 24 for the Browns with about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Watson under pressure just throws it away. So here we go with the Eagles. 1st and 10, behind their own 10-yard line. Here's a pitch out to Barkley, and Barkley just bounces off a defender, bounces off another, and Barkley's about a yard shy of a first down. Give that man the ball. Get the run game going, Nick. Back to throw is Hurts. He hooks up with Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith picks up a first down. Shake and bake on his feet. Devontae Smith. Hurts with a fake handoff to Barkley. He tucks it in and runs. And Hurts will be just shy of another first down, but another good run by Hurts. Here comes the brotherly shove on a 3rd and 1, and it is no signal yet. It was definitely close. This is at about the Eagles' own 45, and the head official says first down. Now we're in the second quarter. Eagles in midfield. Here's a handoff to Barkley. He gets the first down, and he is just in a dog pile. Still won't go down. Whistles blow it dead. Uh-oh. Hurts' pass is tipped, and it falls incomplete. Target A.J. Brown. 49-yard attempt now for Elliott. The kick is up, and the kick is dead center good. Clutch Elliott. Kind of been having a down year in a way. Same with the Ravens' Justin Tucker. Like, what is up with that? Like, Elliott and Tucker have not been having the kind of year we've been expecting. All right, here's Hurts on a pass. Hooks up with Calcaterra, who has a nice catch and run. Is tackled deep into Browns territory. Here's a 2nd and 11 now, and the Eagles are back behind their own 50, so I guess nothing came of that? I don't know. But here's a hookup with A.J. Brown, who does get it into Browns territory. Here's another brotherly shove on a 4th and 1. This one's even closer. It's at about the Browns' 25, and the head official says, first down, Eagles. Hurts drops back to pass. Catapult launch to the end zone and caught for a touchdown. Eagles! A.J. Brown, welcome back, you beautiful bastard. Ow! Do more of that. But defense do less of that. Letting Ford run right by you for an easy first down. Browns inside Eagles territory at about the 40. Watson launches, going deep, and it is, oh my goodness. 2 Eagles defensive backs collide. What would have been a possible interception. All right, Browns still with possession. Here's Watson to Cooper, who's about short of a first down. They're going for it on 4th and 3. And Watson completes it to his number 85 for a fresh set of downs. Here comes Watson, and he is going to be sacked. Watson's going down. Well, not quite. He's still on his feet. He's got 4 Eagles on him, and he won't go down. The whistle and the officials blow it dead. Here's a 43-yard attempt by Hopkins. It gets the Browns on the board, and I thought that kick was going to miss at first. It started going this way, and then it cocked back in. How do kickers do that, man? Here's Hurts, throwing on the run. Hooks up with A.J. Brown, and what else? It's a first down. All right, here are the Birds inside Brown territory. Hurts, again, completes to A.J. Brown, who's just shy of a first down. A 3rd down and 1 now. Hurts drops back to pass, but he's going to be sacked at about the Browns' 40-yard line. Here's a 57-yard attempt from Elliott, and here's the block. Oh, boy. And here's salt to the wound. It's former Eagle McLeod Jr. taking it all the way for a touchdown. Yeah. Elliott's got the right reaction. What the fuck? And former Eagle McLeod Jr. too. Just puts salt in the wound there, man. So here we are in the second half. It's 10-10. Browns with possession. And oh my God. Strong Jr. just took it into Eagles territory. Now it's a 3rd and 1. The Browns are inside the Eagles 30. And Cooper gets lit up by Brandon Graham. Takes his feet out from under him. It sets up a 52-yard field goal for the Brownies. Here's the kick, and it is no good. He misses it. Credit Brandon Graham for all that one. Old dog still making big plays. And former Eagle Myles Garrett stuffs Saquon Barkley behind the line of scrimmage. Now here's a screen to Barkley, and he ain't going to get much. There's a flag on the play. Don't elaborate what it is. So now it's back to the Browns. About under 9 minutes to play in the third. Oh, Deshaun Watson under pressure. Oh, man, nearly got knocked into the end zone. But here's the rookie, Deshaun. I think they're going to credit him with the sack. All right, now the Eagles have possession. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. Gainwell put it on the afterburners. He's run out of bounds. Third down and 14 now. Inside the Browns 30. Hurts is dropping back, still dropping back. Now he's going to run. Now he sets up and fires, and it's going to be incomplete. Rather than being complete than intercepted. Here's a 44-yard attempt for Elliott, and that one just drags itself over the goal line. It's good. The Birds are back on top. It's 13-10. About 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Deshaun Watson has to tuck it in and run. He is tackled, shy of a first down. Here's a third down and 10. Here's a screen to Strawn Jr., who's got a good lane to run through. He's got it past the 50-yard line. Now we're into the fourth quarter. Second down and 6 for the Browns. Watson hands it off to Strawn Jr. He is just shy of a first. Second down and 3. Watson hands off to Strong. And Strong will muscle his way over for a first down. Excuse me. All right. Third and 16 now for the Browns. And here's a pass to the tight end, number 85, who is immediately tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage. It sets up a 49-yard attempt for the Browns. Here's the kick. And that is good. They cut it away just before it went through the post. They cut away just before we saw the field goal connect. It was obviously good. It's tied at 13 now. Here's a pass to Hurts. Here's a pass from Hurts to Brown, who is sharing off tacklers, shows his muscle. He picks up another first down past the 50-yard line. Now it's a fresh set of downs for the Birds. Hurts drop backs the pass. He throws, connects. Here's Devontae Smith, who's going to run down the sideline. He gets a block from Calcaterra. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles! Welcome back, Devontae! Ow! This game is still too damn close for my liking. And there's the Eagles defense. Judy wide freaking open. Oh my God, deep in the Eagles territory too. Under 7.5 to play. Here's Hurts on a screen. Too Strong Jr. And oh, come on, 17. What was that? You had him. Strong Jr. shakes him off and then runs for the first down. Come on. So here's a 1st and 25 now for the Browns. Throws it over to Cooper, who's going to get about a 5-yard pickup. Second down and 20. Back to throw is Watson after a fake. Now he throws, connects to Ford. Ford picks up about maybe 10, 9, third down 11. Back to throw is Watson. Under pressure, he fires it. Oh, threads the needle. That was beautiful. Completes it. First down Browns. We fast forward to a 3rd and goal. And this is incomplete. That might have been a little low. Gardner Johnson on the coverage. Nearly picked it off. All right, 3rd down and 2 for the Eagles. Hurts thought about tossing it to Barkley, but thought better of it. Keeps it and runs for a first down. Back to throw is Hurts. He is going deep. I think this is the play. It is A.J. Brown in the bread basket. And that will seal it. Woo! Yeah, I probably would have been going ape shit if I was watching this game in live time. But they got the win. Wasn't pretty. I mean, I don't know. Like, these NFL highlights just don't do the games justice. Like, unless you watch the game in live time, like, you really just don't get the feel for it. Because watching the highlight package, it looked like a somewhat decent game. You know, ignore the records, ignore everything about what these two clubs have been dealing with for the first 5 or so weeks. It was kind of a good game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what more you would expect it from two struggling, dysfunctional franchises right now that are well performing under expectations, but the Birds found a way to win. I love what I saw. I mean, I liked what I saw. Jalen Hurts protecting the football, making smart plays. Yes, we didn't blow the Browns out like we would have wanted, and it was definitely a lot closer than we would have liked. Jake Elliott definitely not having a Jake Elliott type year, but neither is Justin Tucker for the Ravens, which is just bizarre. Instead, the Cowboys now have claim to the best kicker in the fucking league, but I guess you got to give them something. If their season is going to completely roller coaster off the track, which I'm totally fine with, I guess they got to have something to be happy about. Excuse me. Thirsty. I don't know how these play-by-play people do it day in and day out, because that is exhausting to the throat. I can imagine they're chugging that water every damn day. So, yeah. I mean, I looked at some of the statistics and stuff. Like I said, Hurts and Watson were kind of similar. Only difference was Hurts had touchdown passes, no turnovers, so I would rather have that. Hurts playing smart, good football. Having his top two targets back, having Lane Johnson back, obviously made big ton of difference. They only showed to me like one blemish by the defense, that wide open catch by the Browns receiver. I don't know who that was. He wore number 3. But, folks, what are you going to do? Because until Nick Sirianni grows the fuck up, I don't see things getting any better. Like, the Eagles are going to play down the competition. We're going to make everything fucking interesting. I guess now we know how the Pittsburgh Steelers fans feel. And speaking of Nick Sirianni, I did see him chirping at the fan base, being all like, yeah, how you like me now and all that kind of stuff. What you got to say? I'll be honest, it doesn't really bother me. You want to know why? Because I like seeing someone who's got the balls to just go up to someone and be like, okay, yeah, you don't like me, I'm not perfect, yeah, I fuck up a lot, I'm human, but what do you want? However, he's supposed to be the head of the team. He's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the more mature, big brother, father type, setting the example for these younger players. So it's like, Nick, you gotta find your place. Like y'all remember the last video I did about where, a scenario with Jeff Lurie pulling Nick into the office for a little chat. Obviously, Nick Sirianni didn't get that chat yet, or if he did, he hasn't registered it. It's like, Nick, grow the fuck up, okay? You don't need to be a player. You don't need to be like a player to get along with your team, okay? And even though it's great you had the balls to stand up to the Philly fan base and shit, that's throwing fuel to the fire, which obviously some didn't like, because you ain't no Buddy Ryan, you ain't no Andy Reid, but you did get us to a Super Bowl. So, as I said before, Nick's got to grow the fuck up. He's got to move on from 2022, and he's got to find the new identity with this team, because they're still trying to find it. They're obviously missing Jason Kelsey, who was more than just a good athletic player. He was the soul, the heart, the personality, and that's hard to replace. So they got to find it. Someone has to step up and take ownership and, be that voice, be that personality that they desperately need, because I don't think it's Hurts. I hate to say that. I don't think it's Hurts. Don't think he's the... I don't think he's that type. I don't think Lane is either. At this point, it would have to be Brandon Graham, because he's the senior. He's retiring at the end, and he's still making big fucking plays when we need it most. That tackle there to knock off Cooper on his feet so as not to pick up the first down and set up the field goal. I forget if that was the one that missed or not. Or was that the one they cut away from? I mean, yeah. It's like, we want to be critical about something, Who is doing editing at NFL Network? I used to be in radio. I used to do editing. I did solid highlight reels. You want examples? Hook me up, NFL Network. I'll get my resume around. I'll find my old highlight reels and shit that I did. I'll get a letter recommendation from former colleagues of mine who are still doing media to this day. And let me do your highlight reels for you. Because I don't know who's doing them, but they suck. You're cutting away from field goals before they're even made. You're not elaborating on what goes on with possible turnover scenarios, or what a flag was, or how this team got set up into a certain position. Like, come on, get a feel for the story. Like, dear Lord, that's what made NFL films so great. There's a story to be told with the sport of football. All the sports have a story to be told through their highlight reels, but you gotta find it. You gotta feel it out. You gotta put it together right. And yeah, so obviously I can't, the highlight package just doesn't do it. The highlight package just does not do it justice. Not in my opinion anyway. But let's just be happy the Birds found a way to win. They're still a resilient, scrappy bunch, but obviously need a little fine-tuning still. And again, I can't stress this enough. Run the damn ball! What the fuck did we bring Saquon Barkley over here for? I tell you what, we go to Giants Stadium, and Barkley is not made the star of that fucking game, running all over his old team. Then Nick Sirianni should be fired. He's gonna hear that for the rest of the season until the Birds live up to expectations. But you know what? I've already cashed in. I've already reset the bar to low expectations, and to just be happy if they can find a way to win a football game, whether it's pretty or not. I've already accepted that this team will not make a run to the Super Bowl because they're just too dysfunctional and are trying to find a new identity. But you know what I can be optimistic about? When we finally face the Commanders, you know how the Washington's always given us trouble when we're at our best and they're at their worst? So maybe with the Commanders being good now, the Eagles will kick their ass. What do you think? I would love for that to happen. But for now, let's pull it back. We got the Giants coming up. The dysfunctional Giants. Although only dysfunctional at home. That's weird. Because when they're on the road, they're an entirely different team. So which means when the Eagles face them at home coming up, I think that's the final game of the year too. So we'll see what happens. Because by then all playoff scenarios will be cemented or at least in better shape. And hopefully maybe everybody will be too hungover on the New York side because they do some wild New Year's parties in New York. But okay, back it up, Brian. We're getting way ahead of ourselves. Let's focus on this week. I expect a similar performance because if the Eagles struggled with the worst team in the AFC North, I expect them to struggle with the worst team in our division because it's a division game, entirely different. It will be close. It will be gritty, but I think the Birds should find a way to win this game. They just play like they did here against the Browns, but a little better. And like I said, let Saquon Barkley be the star. It's against his former team. I'm sure he would love nothing more than to have a hat trick and touchdowns against them. I would love that. Just give the ball to Barkley throughout the whole game. Let's see if he can't rack up, maybe 500 yards rushing. I can dream, can't I? Alrighty, time for me to wrap up this video. I've been blabbing on long enough. A few recommendations for you guys. Check out Tom Grossi's content. Guy is an absolute genius, true professional in what he does. It'll always leave a smile on your face after you watch his videos. Scooter Magruder's got a new NFC East meeting video out. This one was actually pretty damn good. Oh my God. So yeah, if y'all like this video, give me a thumbs up. Give me a few pointers. I'm always open for some constructive criticism and whatnot. Hope everybody enjoys their day, enjoys the week. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's kick some giant ass. Yeah!